first time I saw a miracle was when Rehabonke came to Kaduna. And a man who was blind from birth began to see at that crusade in Muritala Square. So I felt I was just 1 year old in the Lord. Well, this is from a white man. Maybe it was just science. In 1989, I heard that a man of God was coming from Ibadan to Abuja. So I traveled from Kaduna. And luckily for me, I was the man that played the bass guitar in that crusade. So I had the opportunity of proximity to the preacher that night. It was at Area 10 Old Parade Ground. We are close to about 100,000 overflow. People came from Lafia, from Jos, from Suleja, from Mina, all over. As a small boy, I stood. Tonight we decide either I will remain in the Pentecostal or I will go back to Orthodox. Listen, I'm saying this as a testimony and what has changed my life today and why I'm a pastor today, what has taken me worldwide as a pastor. And that same night when he came and he took the mic, I looked at him with all attention, with all astonishment, with all expectation. I'm going there. And when he began to preach and minister, I saw a small boy who was born lame, stood up from the wheelchair. I said, I will never go back to the world. This is real. The guest speaker that night, the man who organized the crusade, when I look at it, it was Wale Oke Worldwide Crusade. And so sad, 33 years after, I am one of the products of the grace of God upon your life. That night was the night I made a decision that I will remain in the fold. Now, how do you celebrate such a man? How do you reward him back? It's through our fathers to say, come, help us say thank you. Tonight, let me welcome our father, Apostle Alex, Dr. Bangola, as he makes a presentation to His Eminence, our Father in the Lord, Bishop Dr. Francis Walioke. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pastor Yemi. I have a big story concerning our Father in the Lord also. I was just a Christian by name when I left for the United States of America in 1970, late 70. And came back in 79 and big boy. I came back home as a big boy, an expatriate, to start a bank. I'd been international officer of the 6th largest bank in the world, so I was a big boy with big head. And I didn't know anything about Pentecostal, but they were repairing, they were resurfacing the Lagos-Ibadan express road. And we were stuck somewhere in Ibadan before getting to the gate. And people were selling books. People were selling books. And I looked at the hands of those young men selling books. And I just saw one of the books. How do you hear from God? I wasn't a Christian other than just a Baptist Christian going to church. And I saw this book, Hearing from God, by Bishop Walioke. So I bought it. And I took it home, read preface, and I thought I would begin to hear immediately. I read the book, but I had nothing. I'll tell you the full story time around. But I came to know this our Father when the Lord brought me into the kingdom, and He's been a father, a great father in this nation. we had, of course, I was chairman of PFN in Lagos State for 6 years, and he was then the national vice president, and he took special care of me. I don't know what he saw in me. I had seen him a few times. We didn't really know, each other, but he just took special interest in me, and so much respect. And then the day I was going to be introduced, he was going to introduce me to the Lagos State PFN. Night before, my late wife had a stroke at the age of 62. And I told them there, they didn't want me to be chairman of PFN. They fought, they quarreled. And Baba was looking at all of them, and he said something. You don't know this man. If you know him, you will accept him to be chairman of PFN. He and Bishop Olaleye. And so, but the night before my wife had a stroke, the day I was introduced was Monday. He never went back to Ibadan because of me. This man, I'm sorry I was told to do it, but I must say it. There are human beings, there are fathers who will show you that they are fathers. I had people who are senior to me in PFN a lot in Lagos, but he left. He's left. He came to VGC, told his the protocol to book, and he slept, and he came to my bedroom and prayed a prayer that God answered. Prayed for my wife, my late wife. Then I said, oh, this man, this is a great father. And then we had a meeting again. He didn't tell me. He just called me and said he was coming home. And I'm saying this to the glory of God. When you see people loving this man, some of us have been praying that we'll be president of PFN, even when he was the Southwest vice president. But in his time, he made all things beautiful. Let me tell you, there is a transition in the church. All things are going to pass away. All things will become new. We have a father that God raised for a time like this. I've said it in several places. The day his name, it was approved by NAC that he will be the president of, we knew this nation would change for good, forever. And watch this nation. God brought our Baba to be the head of the Pentecostal in our nation. And whoever truly is called to be the head of the Pentecostal is the nominally, don't say, well, this man is saying, he is the one sent to deliver the church of Nigeria. And the Lord will give him long life, good health, sound mind, with the anointing upon his life to affect this nation, the whole of Africa, and the world. He's been an evangelist all over the world. Sir, your work is just starting for the Lord. So I've been asked, thank you, Pastor Yemi. If I keep talking about Baba, I won't stop here. And I want to thank the Archbishop Designate. Many people don't know you, but God knows you. You're so thoughtful. Let me say this to the church. Many of you don't know. The day he told me that when he married, immediately he married, Baba took him into his house to do the honeymoon. He started his honeymoon in Baba's house in Ibadan. So you see, the relationship is not just now. Many people are wondering and saying, no. The relationship is important in life because millennium. Please forgive me, I'm speaking in tongues. It's Oman Shoni, and you never know where Baba will appreciate you. We love you. If we say we love you, if I say it, that's a word I don't use anyhow. So on behalf of this ministry and the bishop of this ministry, the Archbishop Designate, it's been thought right by the leadership of this ministry with God's agreement that our father deserves an award of excellence. He has received many awards of excellence. But there are some awards that you take note of. I was receiving so many awards in my life. One day, they gave me an award of the pillar of unity of the church in Nigeria. That was the one that touched my heart, because the church has to be united. But award of excellence is different. Please, let's rise up and just bless our Father that this award, in recognition of immense contribution to the kingdom of advancement, a man with a passion for winning souls, not only because God is in his heart, but because he dwells in the heart of God. Yes, sir. This is the truth. A man full of faith, charismatic, enthusiastic, articulate, tenacious, and audacious. Yes, fervently committed to proclaiming the gospel and upholding his standards. I wish you consulted me. I would have added more words. A man that talks the talk and walks the walk. Undisputedly the most sought after general to emerge from the continent of Africa to the glory of God. A living legend. Master extraordinary in a number of humanitarian activities. But most importantly, a master of his craft, which is Jesus Christ. Master of the craft of Jesus.